Welcome to another episode of the Wild Scandinavian Way. This time we're in Swedish Lapland. It's cold outside, it's snow. We're gonna be in the wilderness for a few days and we're gonna stay together with a Samish guy called Grille. He's herding reindeers. So it's gonna be a lot of cooking, a lot of action, so stick into it. My name is Bojsen and I'm a chef. This show is about finding the hottest spots for outdoor cooking, hunting and fishing the freshest products, cooking them up with friends in nature, bringing sustainability to life. This is the Wild Scandinavian Way. When I told my wife that we're gonna be driving for more than 30 hours, she said, "Oh, you're crazy." But believe me, it is worth it. You know, getting out, even the traveling all the way up is something special. All the stops, you see the countrysides. I love it. This time of year in North Scandinavian, it's really hard to travel. So we teamed up with Off-Road Hamburg because they're specialized on Arctic trips. And Misha and Jana are driving also with us, and their cars are amazing. They are ready for everything. We are actually late in the winter season up here, but it gives us more light to be on the road, but it's still like minus 15 degrees or 5 degrees Fahrenheit at night, so it gets pretty cold. The Samis are people who live around the Arctic Circle and herding reindeers. They've been doing that for hundreds of years. They're really traditional and they really love their reindeers. Perfect, right? So guys, welcome to the Arctic Circle. Ladies first.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And the cameraman.
Thanks.
Don't forget it. This is Chardon Garden Spritz. Welcome guys.
Beautiful drink.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To be really fit on the snowmobile because we're going for 3 days in the snow. We stopped at the Lapland lodge and they took us out to show us how the snowmobile works and a little bit training. So here we are getting in the action. The snow isn't really good at the moment because it's frozen the top and underneath is soft. You break in the snow sometimes really hard and it makes it really difficult to ride. It's like a lot of workout. It was fun. We went crazy, everybody, and we got ready for our next stop. So we met up with Pierre from Nordisk and Grille the Samish guy at a little lodge in Kvikjok. Yeah, we stayed there for the first night, got together, got to know each other, and then we packed up the snowmobiles and then we went out to live in the wilderness for a few days.
I am Christopher Parfa. I work as an active reindeer herder in Torpon Sami village, and I'm a Sami.
You trust him?
Should I answer?
Learning their traditions, how they live and what's been going on up here for like 400 years, seeing some of the things. We're gonna put up a tent, we're gonna live out in the nature. It's gonna be fucking freezing, but I can't wait to get in there. So let's get into the action. Same thing every time. We're just ready to go and then we're finding out that the one trailer is broken.
Looks like we're fixing it.
I'm not sure if that's really gonna work.
It's always a good sign when things are starting to break down even before we have left.
Then it's a good expedition.
That makes it a good expedition.
Yeah. Worst case, we put one trailer on top of the other trailer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is like Lapland business as usual.
Yeah, I would say.
Okay.
You know, it's the Swedish expression, det løser sig.
Det løser sig.
Yeah. The stuff always sorted out.
Okay. Det løser sig.
We always make it happen.
Okay.
We are a kind of animal farmer, but we don't do it for the money. We do it because it's our way of life. We enjoy being outdoors and being with the reindeers, and the reindeers are the thing that we care about the most. For someone who hasn't seen any of it or been a part of it, I might imagine that it's difficult to understand why we like to spend so much time outdoors even though it's bad weather and really cold and wet at times. You also have all of the other moments where nothing could make it more perfect.
They're making the tent, you know, that's the area where we're going to put up the tent.
And two of you can also go out and chop a lot of sticks. But we need 40 at least. 1 meter.
1 meter sticks? Should we do that, Brian?
Yeah, we're going to go cut some sticks.
Do you have an axe?
Yeah.
Normal day out reindeer herding is not the other one alike. I mean, you have some days where the reindeers hasn't moved anything. If you have like good conditions and they aren't having any problems finding food and so on, that you basically go out just to check on them. But then you could also have worse days where you could be out 15, 18, 20 hours a day.
It's such a privilege being able to be out here this time of year and hang out with the guys, showing us some of the traditions of the Samish people. Now we chopping up the wood, put it in like a big circle.
The small sticks we just put close to the cotton wall, and the longer sticks is for the guy rope that's holding, you can say, the roof of the tent.
Oh.
And then we have a center pole in the middle, 2.5 meters tall, and then you have an A-frame in the entrance. So we just need to have 4 or 5 persons just stretching out the tent.
4 or 5 persons. Get back up again and find another place to sleep because it's too open, too much wind, and it should be worse even in the afternoon. So Tommy, what a nice guy. Over 70 years old. He's been living now for 25 years by his own in a little cabin in nowhere, and he knows how to take care of himself. We came up there and he came out of his little cabin there, and just seeing his face, the smile. He's a fishing guy. He took us out and he showed us his fishing places. No luck, no fishies. Oh, fishy! Yeah, fish! Fishy! Yes! Nice one.
I'll get it out here, huh?
Ah, okay. That's it for today. One fish for everybody.
Ready?
I think it was only one. But we got a fish, you know? That's really good.
Just a few years ago, me and Tommy was moving down from the mountains in the beginning of the winter. We only had one day left to move them before we reached the corral where we separate them into families. When we left them at the evening, before we went to bed, one of the elders went out to check on them and saw that the conditions for them to find food was too bad. So the reindeers instinctively started going west again, which forced us to pack up all the snowmobiles and all the trailers and then gather the reindeers and keep on moving with them. That was one hell of a night, and bad weather and low visibility. You had like this crazy fog that was, and imagine having that in complete like pitch black darkness. When we reached the corrals with the reindeers, we had been out for I think 25 or 26 hours. That was quite challenging, just to find our way over the mountains and into the corral. So a normal day doesn't exist for a reindeer herder.
Guys, oh, looks nice. I got coffee. What is it?
This is smoked reindeer meat. This has gone through salting and tendering with the salt, and then Tommy has smoked it for 20 hours maybe. We can really feel the smoke of it. The Sami word for it is suovaspierku. That basically means smoked meat.
So what kind of piece is it? For the
This
back?
is from the steak.
It's gonna be dark soon, and when I'm talking about dark, it's really dark out here. So it's my first night sleeping on ice. It's still pretty cold, but I think we will get over it. So we're just packing up the last gear, getting ready. Gilliman, we are leaving south to a really special place. He's not telling us yet, but yeah, we're excited. And then we're gonna put up the tent, get some cooking going. Let's hit the road. Let's get the action going. shit, yeah. But I'm tired.
Long
I'm
day.
hungry. And I want to make some food. What an amazing day. Packed the gear this morning. And now we've been on the road all day. And it's amazing out here. The air, you know, everything. It's just so beautiful. Now we're putting up the tent, making a fire, something to eat. See if we can get a good night's sleep out freezing off our asses. And then tomorrow we're gonna do some reindeer cooking. Gonna cook some potatoes. A lot of people, so we need a lot of potatoes. Some butter in there. Heating it up. Woo! So what we've got now is by really hot temperature putting in the onions, some little bit of olive oil and butter, and then put the reindeer meat in at the end, and just heating it up, and it gets this like really brown sauce, yeah, with the onions inside. And over here we got the cream and the sweet onions that are sweetened up together with the mustache, and we're gonna mix that all up and then put the potatoes in again, and then we're gonna get one big bowl of food for everybody, and it's gonna be so unbelievable delicious.
Thanks.
Cameraman.
It tastes sensational.
You like it, guys?
Yeah, it's really nice.
So that was the surprise last night. We actually ended up at the place where Grille has all his reindeers. So now we're gonna go in and have a look at them. So the most of the time of the year, the reindeers are out in the forest, but it's some kind of a game for the guys. You know, they can put them in those covered up places here, and then they feed them all winter. Costs a lot of money. Or they could leave them in the wood, and if they don't find it, it's getting a hard winter. They don't find enough to eat, you know, they can die, so they don't earn much money on it. Or the wolves or the wolverines take down more of them, you know, they also lose money. So it's really like a game every year for them. Should they put them in here, feed them, or do they leave them out in the nature?
You have to give them food every day. So I think both me and the reindeers are looking forward to getting out of the corral.
When do you let them out?
When we see good conditions in the mountains, the snow is like melting away, then we go straight up there.
When does the winter actually hit Lapland properly?
That's the thing with the climate change. We don't really know that anymore. Normally it's like in October the snow start to stick on the ground, and that's when we move up to the mountains to collect the reindeers down. But now it's been a couple of years that maybe we go up in December, January, because it's no snow. It's really strange, everything.
And the whole industry, are they taking your land?
There have been like many intrusions, like the mines and the dams, you know, with the water industry. They have made really big impact before. I think it's not the isolated one of them. It's like when the mines want a little bit, and the forest industry wants a little bit, and the electric companies. And when you collect all these things together, it becomes a big problem. You have to like protect nature, push everything back. We are like keeping it for the next generation. It's not our work. You borrow it from your children. That's the way I see it.
A lot more people would benefit from visiting a place like this and getting some self-distance on their own lives and seeing what it can be like once you have the right tools and the people to go out, to be up in the last wilderness of Europe. I mean, just having that's magical.
I can really tell you, if you have the time and the possibility to do a trip like this, do it. Sometimes you're stuck in job and problems and you forget about the most important thing in life. You don't need much to be happy. We're heading out back to the Polar Circle, and I want to thank Würzler for spending so much time with us, showing us his traditions. And I want to beef up the rest of the reindeer and show him my way of cooking. We salted the ribs almost 2 days ago, so it's been like really in salt water. So it's still really salty, but it's getting tender. And then we just put it in the beefer, 800 degrees or 1500 degrees Fahrenheit, and then cook it up.
To have such an amazing chef or cook with us has been a blast. Getting to eat all the meat that I eat on a daily basis so differently from the way I normally cook it, and getting to see what's possible outside the box, that has been a really nice experience to have.
Make sure, guys, don't do your cuts too thin. Make it a little bit more bigger. It will be nicer inside. It closes up really fast, it makes it juicy. It's like Scandinavian, it's Danish, Swedish hot dog.
Thank you. Yeah, I thought I was going to show him how to cook it, but now I realize it's the other way.
It's amazing to see people like him. He doesn't need much to be happy. He loves his animal. He want to keep on the tradition. He want to keep on being out in the nature with them all the time. That's really his goal for his life. Such a nice guy to talk to hang out with, and to learn from. So I was stoked just being around and listen to his stories. Amazing guy.